In this video, you guys are gonna AuraMaxx like a god. First of all, just quickly telling you guys the simplified definition of what is aura. Well, aura is basically your vibe. Now, getting a little bit more scientific, it's the frequency that you're vibrating on. Now, for example, you know what? How you vibe check people when you first meet them, where you're like, oh, you know what? His vibe was off, or her vibe was off, or that person's vibe matches my vibe. That is, that person's on the same frequency as your frequency. You know how you naturally are gravitated towards a person who has very warm, inviting, very positive, very optimistic, very like almost childlike and innocent aura. You know how you're more inclined towards such people. Now, what a lot of people don't know is that your aura dictates your experience in life. Now, for example, if you have a very positive, vibrant, open, welcoming, warm aura, a lot of people are going to be magnetized towards you. Yes, notice that. Just change your frequency, change your aura, and you're going to notice that a lot of people are naturally going to vibrate with that. They're going to naturally be attracted to you. And you know what? You might even draw in random opportunities that you weren't even thinking of, or you know what, they've just come in your life because you've increased your aura. Well, having a good, positive, magnetic aura is extremely important, especially when you want to manifest anything into your life, because like we know the manifestation spectrum and the feeling emotion spectrum. Basically, we want to be on the highest. That's the gratitude, feeling abundant, feeling joy, feeling peaceful. You know what, just feeling gratitude for all of the things that you already have. Once you're already on that feeling, that's exactly what's going to manifest into your life. So you basically become a magnet to all of your manifestations. The thing about aura is, you know what, it's like an unspoken language. You don't need words to communicate. Aura doesn't need words to communicate. Basically, it communicates by itself because it's energy. It's literally science. It's energy. Other people can feel your energy, like you can feel other people's energy. You can feel other people's intentions. You can feel if something is off, or you can feel when something is good for you. You can feel when something is working out in the best way possible. You can feel all these things. We're very intuitive human beings. So that's why having the right kind of aura is very important. Now, what are some surprising habits that might be weakening your aura throughout the day? Well, I think this is going to come as a shock to some people because we do it unknowingly sometimes, where we're mindlessly doing things. You know what? Yes, that mindlessness is going to cost you your aura. So start being a little bit more mindful and a bit more conscious about the things you do throughout the day. For example, if you're engaging in any kind of gossip, gossip is gossip. Gossip has a frequency of its own, okay? And it's on the negative bar of the frequency spectrum. So be very careful when you engage in any kind of gossip or in negative news. And you know what? You're not just like reading the news and scrolling past through it because you're like, whatever, I need to move on from this. You are actually fully engaged in that news. You're fully actually engaged and present in that gossip. That's going to lower your frequency. That's actually weakening your aura to a different level. And now that you know you've done that and you're feeling a little low on the inside, like you actually feel it, I'm not even kidding. When you're mindlessly scrolling on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube or something, and the thing is, you haven't curated your feed. You haven't curated according to the way that you want it to work. Now, for example, if you're scrolling on Instagram, if you're seeing gym content, working out content, if you're seeing food diaries, how to bake a brownie or something like that, if you're watching funny memes, different story. You know what, your Instagram and your mindless scrolling is actually working for you. But if you haven't curated your feed, it's probably and most definitely working against you, because there is something known as negativity bias, where our mind would naturally be attracted to negativity. Staying positive, it's a full-time job. Okay, I said what I said. Staying positive, staying optimistic, staying abundant is a full-time job that you need to work on every single day. So, you know what happens sometimes is when you come across these negative news or negative memes or negative situations where you're just scrolling mindlessly, you're like, oh, that's automatically weakening your aura, whether you know it or not. You're automatically dropping down on the frequency, and that's exactly what you're going to attract into your life. So now you know what you've done. And now you're asking people as to why do I actually attract these shitty situations, and why do I attract such shitty people? Ask yourself that question one more time, because so now that you know what actually went wrong, so the next time you have this question where you're like, oh, I don't know why I attract such situations into my life. I don't know why I attract the same kind of people but with different faces in my life. I don't know why I attract all of this negativity in my life, because you're a match to that frequency. Your aura, your vibe is a match to that frequency, that's exactly why all of that is being attracted to you. Because unfortunately, fortunately, if you were on the higher spectrum of things, that's the kind of thing that you would attract into your life. You know what? You will even notice the most negative people being good to you because you're on that frequency. So you must have noticed this sometime. Like, this is the best example I could come up with, is that if you're an aggressive person who likes to argue for fun, you're on that frequency of aggression, which is not a good frequency to be on. You're on a very low vibe frequency. You will attract aggression out of the most peaceful people. You'll see that the most peaceful person is fighting with you. Somebody who doesn't even fight, somebody who doesn't raise their voice, somebody who doesn't argue back, is arguing with you, because you are attracting that side of them, because you're attracting that version of them, because you're a match to that frequency of them, which is again not completely your problem, because they also kind of have some work to do. But the point is, that's exactly the kind of situations you're going to keep attracting into your life, no matter from where. Those situations are going to repeat in your life. You're going to have repetitive fights, you're going to have repetitive misunderstandings. You're going to lead, like, one situation is going to have a domino effect on the other one, and that's going to lead into an argument or a fight, because you're on that frequency. Now that you realize that your aura is weak and you do something about it, you actually want to amplify your aura and increase it, so that, you know what, you can become a match to whatever you want to become a match to. What you're going to do is you're going to practice being still. Like, I'm not even kidding. I'm dead ass serious when I say this. You're gonna keep practicing until, you know what, your mind is stable and still. You're not having debates, arguments, conversations in your mind with different people. You're not doing that. You're not doing that. You're not arguing with somebody. You're not trying to contact somebody. You're not trying to, force something in your mind. You're not trying to make up scenarios that will hurt you. You're not trying to do any of that. You're just sitting still, and you're totally grounded into this present moment. Because let me tell you something, a still mind has the brightest and the strongest auric field. The more you overthink, the more you overanalyze, the more you even think. Actually, it's not even overdoing anything, it's just plainly doing that thing. The more you think, the more your auric field weakens, which is a bad thing, apparently, because we, as human beings, we have a conscious mind that needs to think, that needs to analyze, that needs a structure, that needs some size of, like, conscious proof that, you know what, we're constantly living. It's going to be hard, but you're going to be able to do it. Now, how are you going to use music to tune your frequency so that it increases your auric field? First of all, you're going to spend some time alone and you're going to listen to good, uplifting music. Of course, there are, like, these different frequency raising musics on YouTube or probably on Spotify, where you can find just, like, clear noise, like it's white noise in the background, that raises your frequency, or like raindrop noise or something like that, that raises your frequency naturally. So you know what, you can listen to that, or you can listen to regular music, nothing gangster rappy, nothing sad, or like something that actually puts you in a bad mood or reminds you of past incidences where you weren't your best self, or you acted out of character, something bad happened to you. None of that, none of the nostalgicness. You're going to listen to something that uplifts you, that puts you in a good mood above everything and above all. And you're going to keep listening to that kind of music throughout the day. I'm telling you, by the end of the day, you're going to feel so much better. There are some unconventional techniques such as mirror work that can actually help you increase your aura. Well, the point here is that, you know what, you're going to use good positive affirmations towards yourself while you're looking at yourself in the mirror and you're speaking to yourself. You're having a good conversation with yourself, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to impress your subconscious mind. Now, this auric situation is kind of deep seated in your subconscious mind, where you have to restructure and rewire your belief system to be able to believe in the goodness that you bring or put out in the world. For example, if you're trying to manifest beauty, or good hair, or good skin, good nails, or a good banging body, or if you're trying to manifest, good health, if you're trying to manifest more money, you're going to speak to yourself like that. So even when it comes to aura, or your vibration, or your frequency, you're going to speak to yourself like, you know what, I have the strongest auric field ever. It's literally the strongest it's ever been, and my aura just keeps increasing every single day, by every single movement in every single day, actually. So once you speak to yourself like that, you know what, it's kind of, after a point, it's going to seep into your subconscious mind. It's going to revive your subconscious mind, where your subconscious mind already believes in the fact that, you know what, you have a strong auric field, which eventually does the work for itself. Because there are going to be subconscious steps, like your conscious mind can't even fathom the steps that your subconscious mind is going to take for you to be able to increase your auric field. Now, once it's seeped into your subconscious mind, once you've actually done the inner work where you're convinced yourself, first of all, that you know what, I have a strong auric field, your subconscious mind is going to plummet you into a direction that's going to increase your aura field. Basically, you're going to start separating yourself from all of the negativity. It'll happen unknowingly. I'm not even kidding. This will happen subconsciously and unknowingly for you. We're going to start ignoring the negativity or something or anything that puts you in a bad mood or puts you in a low vibration. You're going to actually ignore people who are looking for drama, gossip. You're going to ignore all of that. You're going to ignore the kind of content that brings you all of that. Your mind is actually going to force you to look at something that brings you peace, positivity, joy, laughter, education, because that's something that's going to put you in the direction where you actually want to go, and that's something that's going to manifest your dreams for you. So your only job is to saturate yourself and your subconscious mind with the belief that you know what, you have a strong auric field and your subconscious mind will do the work for you. So there you go. This is something that's a part of lazy manifestation, which is amazing, which I love. So you know what? Try that and let me know how that goes for you. As women, your intuition is always, always, always guiding you towards your highest self. Because that intuitive voice that you hear in your body, or you know, that feeling that you have in your body, it's coming from your highest self. That means your highest self already knows what's best for you. So all you need to do is just trust that intuition and follow that intuition, because it's actually divinely guiding you towards where you want to go. You're becoming your highest self who already has the manifestations and has the desires and has that aura that you want. All you have to do is tap into that intuition. Now, what you're going to do is, sometimes we as women can be in our masculine energy, which is completely fine, which is not bad at all. All you need to do is you need to find a balance between your masculine and your feminine. It's as simple as that. Once you've struck that balance between having the same masculine and feminine energy and you've balanced it out, you're basically in a divine feminine state, which means your highest self is literally there. It's almost there. You've almost reached your highest self. And once you keep maintaining that balance, you become your highest self. Because now you can manifest your desires, you can get what you want, you can be very successful in your career, in your education, because you know what? You need that kind of masculine energy to be able to chase all of your goals. And you also need that feminine energy to be able to nurture yourself, take care of yourself, feel all your feelings, bring in that intuition, bring in that divine guidance, because that is all feminine energy. So you need that. So once you strike that balance, once you actually allow your intuition to lead you, and sometimes, you know what, I believe that, you know what, using too much of your brain, it will cut out on that magic, it'll cut out on that intuition. So sometimes, as women, shut off your brain. Just shut off your brain and let your intuition guide you. I'm telling you, you're going to feel like your aura or your vibe or your frequency has increased, it has improved, and you're feeling so much better in that state. Once you actually drop into your feminine energy, people who are in the feminine energy already know what I'm talking about. So you know exactly how that feels like. You know exactly what divine guidance feels like. You know the next intuitive steps that you need to take. You know the next steps that you need to take, basically, to be able to become the version that you want, who already has all of those desires, who already has all of those goals. And that's the whole point of doing all of this, right? You're not doing it for anything else, just for the sake of fun or something like that. No, you're doing it to actually get what you want from life, because that's your destiny, because that's who you were meant to be. It's as simple as that. So, you know what? Go with the flow of your intuition. It's going to take you exactly where you need to go. Last but not the least, your gestures and your actions also either strengthen or weaken your auric field. For example, if you were to do a gesture of kindness towards somebody, if you're a helpful person, you know, words of affirmation is your thing, where you're positively integrating something into people and uplifting their mood. You know what? You're a funny person. Being funny also means you're going to lighten up the mood. That means you're spreading positivity and laughter into the world, which is again a very good thing. So if you're on those frequencies where you know what, you're a nice person, basically, you like to help people, you're kind, okay, you're spiritual, you understand what that means, and you bring all of those values into the world, whether you're trying to teach them how to manifest, or if you're trying to help them in any kind of way in any aspect of their life, if you're just being generally generous towards a stranger without any expectations, that already puts you onto a good frequency, which means your auric field has strengthened. Okay, you are actually just doing yourself big massive favors when you do all of this, is because your aura is out of the world at this point, especially in that moment when you're doing that gesture. Your aura is already massive. You're already on the most positive side of things. And you know what happens? Now that's a ripple effect. Once you emanate the vibration that you're emanating, basically, you're on the frequency of positivity, gratitude, warmth, kindness, love. That's it. That's exactly what you're going to get in return. Even the ugliest of strangers will be very nice to you just because you're on that frequency and you draw in that kind of energy from them. So, you know what? Do yourself a favor and just follow that. Having said that, we come to the end of this brilliant video. I hope you guys really enjoyed it, and after this video your aura is going to be off the charts because you know exactly what you need to do to improve your aura. And if you did, don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Till then, I'm gonna see you guys in my next one. Take care and bye.
Money on top of me, money on top of her. Money on top of me, money on top of her.